Hello, hi, it's Liz here, and I'm back with my fashion stroke sewing journal. Remember last week we made some tags, so the tags here, and there's a large one in the journal there. I've made it a little flip with a little hinge there. There's another one here, which I haven't stuck down that side bit to make it a little pocket. There's one here in this pocket here. I want to be able to see her face, and a large one here. So if you haven't seen the video for the tags, then I'll put a link in the description box and you can watch how these tags came together. I'm really pleased with how again, I think I've left that one open, and yeah, and that was them. So today I think what we'll do is we'll continue to decorate, and I'm going to do two nice pieces for the centre pages, for a centre fold here. So I've chosen my ladies that I'm going to be using, because that's sort of how I do my collages first. I'm just going to collage up a couple of large pockets and then a couple of journaling cards to place in the pockets. So normally with the collages I choose my focal point first, but quite often I'm collaging in a book or on a piece of something. So the next thing would be, what is the collage going to sit on? So I have chosen this paper, these pieces of paper here, and these pieces of paper are from, let me just get it, it's over here, this scrapbook 12 by 12 excuse me, Stamperia Atelier scrapbooking paper, and you get lots of pieces and beautiful pages in there. Let me show you, there's what you get, all the different pages. So that's where those pieces came from. Where did my lady go? Is she trying to escape? Right. Now, is she on the floor? Nope. Where did she? There, she's there. I knew she wouldn't have gone far because she's got heels on. You can't run in heels. Well, I can't run in heels. So once we've decided on that's going to be our focal points and our background, what we want to do is choose some things to just build up a little bit of a more interesting and exciting background. So I've got this little piece of paper here, and I'm just going to tuck that under there. And I also have this here, which I have fussy cut from another piece of scrapbook. Let me show you. These pieces are from this one, which is Romantic Collection Threads, and you get this sheet of paper. On the back of it, it's got these body forms, and then it's a sheet of what looks like vintage adverts, so you can just cut pieces out from that, which is what I did for this. I'll just put that back over there. Let's get organised. Okay, so that's, I think, is going to be my pieces for the pocket. I'm just going to tuck her, because if I stick that straight down onto that, it'll just look like I haven't gone to the effort of cutting that out, and that's already on the thing. So I wanted to kind of come out a little bit, and for her to just be tucked in a little bit. so that you can see that it's actually cut from something. Now, pockets, which side would be open? I think we'll open the outside and keep the inside closed, because it's quite awkward to get into there, whereas it's easier to get a journaling card out from the outside of a pocket. Okay, I think we'll just get that stuck down, so that's easy. This is just going to be 3 pieces. And I've got my little glue stick here and an old magazine, and we'll just put glue around. So we were about there. These vintage ladies from the pattern, from Sewing Patterns, are absolutely gorgeous in a collage, don't you think? They've got a certain look for sure. It's absolutely brilliant. Love them. There we are. One done, easy peasy. And I think what I might do is just stitch around before we stick them on. Right, now I don't want to stick down this piece here, so I'm going to keep my finger on that bit as best I can, just to remind myself that that's not the bit that I want stuck. I can easily go back in and stick down any bits that are loose if I've missed any bits there. And I just want it to go over the edge just a little bit there. Yep. Now that should be up. Is it that bit? No, it was this bit. Yeah. Yeah, that bit's got glue on it. I got confused again. There we are. And we'll just get her elbow under there. But I still want her head to be on the card. There we are. And then we can just go back in and put a little bit of glue on that. There. Perfect. So that's going to be my 2 large pockets, and I will machine stitch around the edge. But let's do the journaling cards next, so that we can take everything to the machine all at once. So just a slightly smaller version of the big ladies. I've got 2 smaller ladies here, and I've got all these little bits to collage with. This is just from a magazine, and these again are from those paper pads that I showed you. This is the other side of that. So I thought it would be best to sit these smaller ones on a little bit of plainish and then decorate it up a little bit. And for smaller, there we are, you can use just smaller pieces, smaller random pieces of whatever you might have. And for collage, I always quite like to have things in a little cluster overlapping. It just seems to bring it all together. So I think I'm happy with that. Let's play around with the other one. Don't want them to look exactly the same, but I've got all the bits that are very similar. In fact, they're the same, apart from the ladies. But we can have her down lower this time. And then maybe put this number up here on top instead of tucking it under. Yeah, I think that. Maybe bring that down a bit so that that bit's touching that bit and that bit's touching that bit. That's perfect. Right, now we want to just get the magazine again. Let me just sit that there. Okay, so I want to get this little bit of background down first. And then I think that layer. We'll sit. How were we here? I don't want to stick that strip down. Yeah, that's fine. So the strip is down next. So it's Easter Monday. I'm having a little bit of a play in the crafty room because we were out nearly every day this weekend. I think this might be a sticker. Yes. Let's just go for it. Yeah, where were we yesterday? Oh, yesterday we went for brunch into Glasgow. We went to a place called Wilson Street Pantry. Put that further down. Yeah, it was lovely. It was very busy. It was lucky we had booked a table. So, and we told them in the comments on the booking form that we were bringing a dog. So they had Millie's sausage already. They chop up a sausage for all the dogs. And it's not that it's overrun with dogs, it's a lovely place, but it's super dog friendly. It's in Merchant City part of Glasgow, so that's quite nice. There we are. Quite pleased with that. So yes, so we had brunch yesterday. And then what did we do after that? I think we just went for some shopping after that. Right, this bit definitely down first. And on Saturday morning, we went for a little drive to a little town down the coast called Prestwick. There's a airport in Prestwick, and it's famous for being the only place that Elvis Presley visited when he came. And it's only because the plane, I think the story goes that the plane refueled. I think this was up the top. I think I'll prefer this one up here. You've got to fiddle about with your collages. It's the only way. You've got to have a bit of a fiddle. Do I want that in behind there? No, sometimes it leaves odd shapes. Down there. That's it. So that overlapping that a little bit. And that there. That's the one. Right, so we want this strip down next. Yeah, yeah, I think it was only because the plane was refueling. He didn't actually. I think maybe he got out of the plane and waved and went back in. I'm not sure. I don't really know the story, but I know that it's famous for Elvis Presley visiting. Well, visiting. So we did that on Saturday. Went a wee walk along. There's a little main street, and had a nice little walk along that, and then we went in to a little more old-fashioned coffee shop, like a little tea room type place. Not a fancy coffee shop like a trendy one that you would get in Glasgow. More an old-fashioned little tea room. And we had a little bit of a bite to eat there. We had to sit outside there. The dogs were allowed on the terrace, but not inside. So it was nice and dry though. So that was fine. There we are. Cool. Okay, I think that's all the gluing done. Let's put the glue away and let's see how these are going to work. So they'll pop in here and that'll pop in there. I'm going to stitch around the edge. That's what I'm going to do. And then I think what I'll do is I'm going to use a piece of this just as a little handle, if you like, to pull out. I wonder if I should put that on next. Yeah, let's get them on next, because if I'm stitching around, that'll keep them on. So maybe about there. Let's just eyeball that and go for it. Right, so I'm going to have one there as a little handle and one on this one. So let's, oh, I said that we were finished with the glue and we're not. Just a little bit of glue because we're going to be stitching. Round. So we don't need a lot of glue on it. Oh, and while we were in Glasgow, we got some more photographs of the murals. Yep, that's fine. So I'll be back on my mural journal, but I'm not doing the mural journal until my Artful Memories, the one with the daily prompts with using the old photographs. I'm not going to do the mural journal until April's finished, because that's too many things for me to keep up with. Right, I think that looks cool sticking out like that. I've also got a little finishing touch for these. Let's see Am I going to put them on the journal cards or pocket? It's epoxy coated sticker embellishments from 49 in Market, and I don't want to make it too bulky, but I see that there's some flat ones. Oops. I'm going to use those little flat ones. These ones here. I think I'm going to put them on the journaling cards because they're an orangey colour and they match better, because she's got little orange spots and she's got orangey flowers, and I think that it matches better with the orange. So let's just put 2 or 3 of these, probably 3. I just lift them up with my pokey tool. They're self-adhesive, and just dot them about. So 1 there. I think things should be done in odd numbers, shouldn't they? 1 there, and here's a nice little one for up there. That just adds a little bit of texture, a little bit of shine. Right. Now, one here. And there. And here's another little one here. There we are. Now, I think, see, the bigger ones are up on foam pads, so it would add, I think, too much bulk to the cards if I put a big one on there. So I'm not going to, but I tell you, I'm going to add a little bit of lace, I think, onto these. Yes. So I've got my box of lace here. Let's see, a little trim. Now, will we put it on the big ones, or will we put it, I think again we'll put it on the little ones. This is a little bit fine. It kind of disappears into the lace that's on the background there, isn't it? Let's try this. Oh, that's better. Yes, I think a little bit to there. Can you hear hubby chopping? Every time I come in here, I shouldn't complain. To film a video, he decides to chop. There he is. Chop, chop. Now, we don't want to cut her foot off. Should I just put a little bit of lace from there to there? Yeah, just a little bit there to there. Why not? Yeah. Right, now what are we going to stick this down with? This. Let's see if I can get it out, because it's nearly done. Or should we stitch it on? Let's go for it. There's a wee bubble in the top already. There we are. And it will get a wee stitch automatically round the edge when I go round the edge of the card with the machine. It will get a little stitch on it. So that will keep it on properly. Oh, they're quite pretty, aren't they? They're quite pretty. Okay, so let me go to the machine. Let me take this and this and this to the machine and go round the edge, and I'll be back. Okay, back from the machine. Makes a wee difference. If you don't have a machine, a little black finer, that's a mixture of fine liner, a finer pen like this one, and you can just draw like little faux stitches like that, or you can do a dot and a dash, or 2 dots and 2 dashes, whatever you fancy. You can even do zigzag like this. So yeah, that works perfectly well, and it's what I used to do in my card making all the time before I got a machine, because my previous life I made lots of cards and blogged about the cards, but now I have jumped to YouTube and journals. Okay, so all we need to do now is get these pockets stuck down. So I'm going to leave this side and this side open. I've got my tacky glue, very sticky glue, all purpose. So we're leaving this side open. And that's if this works. I have got an old pokey tool. Now you're getting to see all my secrets. You see these old pokey tools that are all covered in glue and bent? Until I find one that's going to do the trick. Let's see this side. Nope. I think maybe the glue's done. I'm going to put you off a minute there. Oh my goodness. You didn't want to see that. That was a fight with a glue and a pokey tool and me. And I think I've maybe got too much down the side there. But it'll be fine because these are, oh no. Right, let's just do this and get this glue off and just do it right to the edge, because I've just realised that these journal cards do need to be right to the edge. So let's just do a nicer dollop of glue. There we are. All is not lost. Where's the fold? About there. Just give that a second to take, and we'll get this unruly glue on this one. Yep, this side. I've got a new bottle of this, and I should have just opened it rather than struggled. But anyway, now you see. Now you've seen what a struggle it is to get glue out. Well, for me anyway. Right, where's my... There, it's there. Whoops. Yes, I think we're going to maybe call that done. That's open. We'll get the dirty cloth out the way. There. I quite like little bits of thread, little bits of thread hanging. I quite like. Ooh. Oh no, that's just because I doubled back and doubled back at the beginning and the end. And that's not dry yet. It's like putting those little ladies to bed. Putting them under the covers. I'm glad I put those little handles on. Right, let's see. There. Perfect. Well, almost perfect. Nothing's perfect. It's a handmade journal. It's not supposed to be perfect. Is that right? That'll be well stuck in a minute. And they'll just slide out and then no bother. Yeah, and there's journaling space on the back if you choose to write down a few notes, which I may well do at some point. I'm not sure if I'll use this or whether I'll just have fun decorating it. I'll see. Because I'm loving these ladies. What do you think? I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. And they've got 2 little cards inside. So there we are. Okay, so thanks for joining me today, and if you've liked the video, a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.